So hey, what's going on today? It's a beautiful morning this morning, so I decided to come out and make a video today, and I want to kind of talk about, the whole situation thing going on. A lot of people are stuck at home. First, let me fire up my blunt real quick. So with the whole situation thing going on, a lot of people stuck at home. Maybe working from home, maybe just kind of, just kind of bored. And so I want to talk about 5 things that you can do if you smoke weed to get out and, just kind of enjoy it. I mean, maybe it's kind of a little bit different, but for the most part, if you live in a big city, these are the 5 things that you could do that, again, if you're just bored and, nothing, ran out of things to do. So the first thing that you can do or try is that if you have a smartphone, number one is that a lot of the social events. So if you have like a smartphone, if you're a member, if you have Facebook, you can go on there. Like with Facebook, for example, you can go on there. There's a lot of people or groups, I would say, that like you can just type in, say, free marijuana events on Facebook, and you'll be surprised at how many free, events or places that's offering free, that's offered free events. It doesn't cost any money. It's free to get in. You get to, and again, you can, through networking, you can meet a whole lot of people and a lot of events and venues out there. So, just being on Facebook, like I say, you can just type in free marijuana events this weekend, and you'll be surprised at how many things will come up. If Google, you can just Google that. Google whatever city. Like for example, right now I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So if I was wanting to see what was going on in the city of Tulsa, I would just type in free marijuana events for the city of Tulsa this weekend. And case in point, they have a lot of, like, here in Tulsa, and I don't know, maybe it's different for each city, but here in Tulsa, they have the sip and smoke, the paint and smoke. So, you kind of go and you're painting and you're smoking weed, and, they also have, they have a coffee shop. So a lot of the big cities, I imagine, would have coffee shop where now they'll allow you to come and smoke and go drink coffee, or you can eat, just enjoy the atmosphere or whatever. Just anything, so that's the number one thing. Again, you can, like I said, it just requires a smartphone. You can just Google that in your city. You can just, like I said, Facebook. If you're not if you're not a member of any groups, join few weed groups, and there's always people on there talking about what's going on, and so that's number one. Again, it's just kind of with your smartphone, you can just Google or go on Facebook, and there's a lot of great activities that's, I'm pretty sure, that's happening in your city that, again, doesn't cost anything. And this is a disclaimer. So all of these things that I'm going to recommend today, they don't really cost anything. Maybe it's the price of admission or the cost of gas, but it's not really expensive. It's not going to break your pocket, right? And so you may have to have your own weed or whatever, but for the most part, it's not going to cost you anything extra or anything. So let me take my sip of my coffee before I go to number 2. So number 2. So that was number 1. Number 1, again, I'm just going to reiterate here. So number 1, again, is just that if you, like I said, if you got a smartphone, pretty much, majority of people do have smartphones now, but if you got a smartphone, just go on Facebook, and again, just type in free marijuana events or free weed events. You can type in that, and there's a whole list of activities and whatnot that comes up. You could, like I said, join members of Facebook, groups. There's always a lot of weed groups that you can join, and a lot of those people on there will often talk about what's going on. And then again, you can just Google, free events, marijuana events or whatever in my city for this weekend or today or whatever. And like I said, a lot of it is free. There's showing how to cook with weed. They maybe show you how to start your own business. So again, those are just things that you can go if you're just bored and you're bored and you just kind of want something to do, get out the house. Again, with this whole situation thing going on, I'm pretty sure it's not very hard. So we're going to talk about number two. So number two, so like public transportation. If you live in a city where the public transportation kind of is okay, it doesn't suck. Like here, the public transportation is not the greatest. I mean, it's not bad. I've been in worse cities, but here the public transportation is not the best in the world. I mean, it's okay. It gets you. I mean, after pretty much after 6 or 7 o'clock, you're kind of fucked, right? If you depend on public transportation. But I say that to say this, that a lot of the routes that we don't have, like here, there's no train. There's just mainly city buses here, right? So in Tulsa, so a lot of the buses I know that they kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but a lot of the buses, I mean, if you just, like I said, if you're just bored and you just want something to do, you can, smoke your blunt, take your blunt on the bus stop and smoke it, and then, you're pretty high and whatnot, and you just get on the bus and ride. You can just ride and just sightsee the city. Like when I first came here, that's one of the things that I did, just kind of took in the sights of the city, and like I said, you don't really know where you need to know where. Now you do want to know, because like with me, you do want to know what bus you're on and what bus to get back, because you don't want to get off and then you be like, damn, where's the bus stop, or what bus should I catch or whatnot. So but you can just ride, and the bus will go one way. And if you're in a city like Dallas, or they have train subway system. Atlanta, they have the subway system, so you can just ride. A lot of times ride the subway or train. Now, if it's packed or whatever, then you may want to kind of avoid that. But I'm just saying, like on a slow route or whatever, where it's not that many people riding. Maybe it's on a Sunday, maybe it's early in the morning or late at night or whatever. And just get out and ride. Just get out and ride and see the beautiful people, you see the beautiful things that the city has to offer, and you just really, really, really get to sit back and enjoy the sights. And now on a side note, on top of that, if you have a vehicle, now I'm not condoning that you go smoke and drive, and I'm not condoning that. Just like with anything, you want to but I mean, let's be honest here. Most people who smoke, 90% of the people who smoke, if they smoke weed, they're gonna they smoke behind the wheel. I mean, let's just be honest. So if you have a car, a vehicle, whatever, one of the things you can do, just like I said, now of course you want to be careful. You don't want to be speeding and zooming in and out of lanes or whatnot, but you get you a joint or a blunt or whatever, and you just hit the highway and you just go on, you fill up your tank in it. So the most cost on that is going to probably be just a full tank of gas. So you just fill up your car and you just go in one way. No matter where you're going, you just hit the highway, let the window down, fire up your blunt, and you just ride. You ride, listen to some music, and you just ride. Let your mind wander. You're not, there's no destination or whatnot. You just ride. You just ride. And then how far do you know when to stop is when you get maybe to a half a tank of gas. Turn back around, come on back. Again, you want to kind of, on the highways, on the roads, if you decide to do that, you want to kind of be very careful. Keep in mind, highway patrol or police or whatever, other people driving. So, but again, I say like the turnpike or, maybe the back highways, because usually those are empty. Like I said, it's kind of early morning here, and if I was to do that, I'd hit the highway, and there really wouldn't be that much traffic on the highway, right? You just kind of listen to music, you just drive. And now, again, another side note is that you do want to make sure your car is in good standing. Maybe you want to check your oil, your tires or whatever before you put it on the road. You don't just want to get into a car and it breaks down and you kind of fucked, and that kind of defeats the purpose, right? The whole purpose of going out and just enjoying the day. That's what it's all about, right? Just enjoying the day, getting out the house. People cooped up and stuck in. You got cabin fever going on or whatnot. So it's a good thing. So that's number 2. Number 3. Number 3, this works really well if you live in a city or you live in an area by some water. If you live by a body of water, this is real good. But maybe you don't live in water, but number 3 is I'm gonna say getting in tune with nature, right? So getting in tune with the great outdoors, getting in tune with nature. One of the things that I used to do here, is that you can get a box of sandwiches or whatnot, a box of chicken nuggets, a box of hot dogs or whatever, or you make you some sandwiches or something, or take you some ramen noodles or some bananas or apples or whatever the case may be, and you just go to a nice little area and get your little blanket and you got your you just kind of listen to your music again, and you're just kind of out in a park or whatever, and maybe like again, if you live by a body of water, you just kind of quiet your mind, smoking your weed, and you're enjoying the moment, and just by yourself. And here's another thing: a lot of these things are going to be pretty much you're just doing them by yourself. Really, it doesn't require other people or whatever, and again, and also. Also, we're going to assume that there, all the things that are like doing laundry, maybe going paying bills or whatever. All of that's taken care of, right? This is just you don't have nothing else to do. You're just kind of bored. You're just like bored out of your fucking mind, and you just kind of want to just something to do. So number 3 was that number 3? Yes. So number 3 is going to be getting in tune with nature. So like again, it works really good if you live by a body of water. Like there's something about the water. I don't know. Something about the water just kind of brings peace on you. So if you got a lot going on, you're stressed out, whatever. Maybe I don't know, whatever's going on in your life, whatever. Just kind of just go stare at some water. And just kind of stare at the water. Smoke your weed and. And just kind of get in tune with nature. Maybe you don't live by a body of water. You have a lot of trees. There's open land. Here I just discovered that they have here a park right across where I live at in these apartments. Across the street, there's like a park. I don't know if it's a park or a pond or whatever it is. I see people walking around. But I went there the other day, and it was really peaceful because it was just like it was quiet. I just kind of felt like refreshing, I guess, if that's the word you want to use, you know what I mean? So that's cool. So, like I said, getting in tune with nature, and again, if you kind of live in an area that maybe there's not like a lot of open area, a lot of open space, there's no trees, or maybe there's no water, at nighttime, there's stars, so you can go, maybe you got a balcony, maybe you wherever you at, maybe, when I used to live, when I was homeless, I used to live out of my car. So, one of the things that I did to kind of, not be feeling depressed is I would just look at the sky, and that's kind of beautiful and peaceful in itself because the stars and you got clear night and shit, whatever. I don't know, but like I said, the stars is cool. You can look at the stars or whatever, maybe see something. And the whole UFO thing going on now, people talk about, flying saucers. So you might be lucky to see some shit like that, right? But again, just getting in tune with nature, looking at the birds, looking at the squirrels, something as silly as looking at pigeons, can, can escape from boredom. But yeah, so that's number 3. Number 4. So the number 4 thing that you can do if you're bored, you just kind of want to get out and just kind of. Sorry, it's the airplane. I don't know. So the number fourth thing is so the number four thing here is it kind of goes hand in hand with what I just said about getting in tune with nature, and that's more so just like going for some ice cream, right? And maybe, you know, not specifically ice cream, but maybe getting you like a soda or I don't know, some Jello or something. And what I mean is, like, a lot of the cities now, a lot of your big cities, the downtown area is, you know, they put a lot of money in the downtown area. I've noticed in a lot of the big cities, you know, a lot of the main cities in each state, the downtown area is usually, you know, where they've invested a lot of money. So there's a lot of eating places, and, you know, but that's not the purpose of going downtown. It's more so just kind of enjoying, because again, there's a lot of events going on downtown. You know, like I said, you can just go get you a little bowl of ice cream and just kind of sit down there, maybe get you a little soda or something, a beer or something. And a lot of the venues that you would go to, you know, maybe to eat, to smoke, whatever, it's going to be in the downtown area, right? So you can go, just get you, you know, a little bowl of ice cream or something, and just go sit down there and just kind of observe the people, you know, beautiful people, beautiful scenery, whatever. And, you know, you just kind of take in, again, you can, there's a lot of, again, there's downtown areas, you know, they have a lot of buildings, and you can look at like a lot of the architecture if you're in that kind of thing. You know, maybe you know, you like to read, so, you know, a lot of the libraries are always downtown, and again, they have a lot of the venues, and so again, it's just, you know, maybe downtown is not where it's at, and, you know, but a lot of the cities, you know, like in Texas, you know, in San Antonio, they have the boardwalk. Oklahoma City, again, they have the, I don't know, it's something town, I forgot what Oklahoma City has, but they have something, and here in Tulsa, they have some park that he just built, or the Bicentennial Park or something. I may be wrong, don't get mad or whatever, but yeah, it's you know, you can go to those places, and like I said, you just buy you some ice cream, you know, even you know, buy you a cup of ice or something, you know, and like I said, you got your weed, you smoking, and like I said, you're outside the house, you're not really doing anything, and you'll be surprised just doing something simple such as that, how much time that will kind of take you away from your boredom, right? So again, that's four things, right? So let's reiterate. So number one, just looking on your phone, you know, there's a whole bunch of different events that's going on in your city. You know, you can just join Facebook, or go on Facebook or whatever, Google what's going on in the city or whatnot, and yeah, there's a lot of free events. You know, there's this, I'm pretty sure there's a smoke and paint type of thing, there's the coffee shop, there's like poetry, weed and poetry, there's weed and meet and greet. You can go out and meet other people who smoke weed. They always, you know, one big thing here is that they have the block party type of thing where people smoke weed and you're outside and people's cooking or whatever, and it's kind of like, you know, just free to the public or whatever, just as long as you bring your own weed type of shit, you know. Number two was just public transportation, you know, just getting out and you know, you smoke and whatever, and just ride. You know, you ride nowhere. You know, there's no destination, no point. You're just getting up and ride. You know, maybe you got headphone music. You know, sometimes you can kind of learn a lot about the city by just riding public transportation. Just kind of, I'm not saying be nosy or be staring at people, but just kind of be, you know, observant of what's going on, the surroundings. You know, you'll kind of see what kind of culture dominates the city. You know, just, you know, like I said, you know, and just ride, and that way you'll kind of see different things of the city. You get to experience the city. You know, it doesn't really cost anything. I think a bus, I don't know, depending again where you bus, what city you are in, but you know, anywhere from $2 to $5 it costs to ride a bus. Maybe you're not a bus person. You know, maybe there's the train. You don't, you know, you're not that kind of person. Then, you know, you just get your Uber or whatever. Get your Uber, or, you know, just ride. And that leads me into the third thing. Well, I'm sorry. And again, if you have a car, you know, it doesn't cost it doesn't hurt, if your car is in good working order. It ain't shit to just get in your car, you know, go to YouTube or something and get you a playlist and just ride I mean, obey those traffic laws or whatever, and don't be, waving your weed out the window so the police can see you, but just get out and ride and just enjoy, just hit the highway, and I mean, don't exit or anything, just keep straight, and then when you kind of have a tank of gas, you exit off, turn back around, get on back, and come on back, so that was what, number 2. So number three was nature, just getting in tune with nature. Hey, you ever roll a blunt and then the weed come out and that shit come in your mouth, and that shit tastes nasty. But anyway, so getting in tune with nature. Again, if you live by some water, a pond, a river, if you live by a stream of water, you just kind of watch it, look at it, like the wild. If you're into that thing, wildlife. You see like the different, the tadpoles and fish and shrimp that be in there, or whatever be in the water and shit. I would never eat that shit, but it's just a peaceful thing. I mean, if you don't live by water, you live by a park or whatever, you can go to the park and smoke your joint, listen to some music. Maybe if you live in a safe enough area, maybe you can just doze off, But I mean, you do always want to be, when you're out, so here's the thing, when you're out in public, you do want to be mindful of your surroundings. You don't want to get knocked upside the head. It's another airplane flying by. I guess I live by an airport, but anyway, so, you don't want to get knocked upside the head, and, you get, I'm not saying that, in the city, but I just say just be mindful where you're at. But again, just enjoy the scenery, it's quiet, it's peaceful, maybe see people walking their dog or whatever, walking their cats or whatever, and, birds chasing each other, squirrels chasing each other or whatever, pigeons or whatever you see, the city wildlife or whatever. It'd be good things. That's good things. And so getting in tune with nature, like I say, smoking, getting high, getting in tune with nature or whatever. If you're fortunate enough to where you can live in a camp thing, maybe you can, build your little fire and, sing songs to yourself. And again, if you don't live in that kind of area where you can see like trees and water, then, there's the sky, and, maybe you can look at the night sky, and and just kind of let your mind elevate, get elevated, because you're getting high, elevated with the stars and whatnot, what I mean? So number 4, that was number, I should just write these down, because my mind be going, I'll be so forgetful. Okay, and then, So the number 4 thing is just kind of, your downtown areas. A lot of your downtown areas in your cities. A lot of your downtown areas in your cities. A lot of your downtown areas in your cities, they're really cool because they have a lot of the venues, and, you, like I say, you just get your little bowl of ice cream, maybe get your hot dog or something, bag of chips, and just kind of be in the downtown area. Because a lot of the cities, especially the main cities, the downtown area is usually a lot of where the, whatever, and a lot of the sporting events. You can, like, again, if you Google free events, you'll see like a lot of live bands, a lot of the coffee places, they have those live bands, they have the poetry thing. So that's something to do. Like I say, you just Google that on your phone. If you got a smartphone, you can just Google it, or whatever. You got a tablet, whatever you got, you can just Google it, and they have a lot of the meet and greets, a lot of the smoke, smoking and cooking, teach you how to cook with weed. Maybe how to make edibles with weed, extract, different ways of consuming marijuana, So yeah. Again, you can in the downtown area. Now I do want to say that you do have to be in a city. You don't want to be in a city where weed is not legal or practically legal or whatever. You can't, and also like you don't want to be in an area where there's a lot of kids at, right? Because I guess kind of frowned upon smoking weed around children. I guess in public. I guess I don't know. I don't know, but I'm assuming that's what it is. But yes, you do want to definitely be in a city or a state where it's weed friendly. They don't frown upon weed like that. Because there are some states that you smell like weed or whatever, you're going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Just all you gotta do is just smell like it because they'll say you're under the influence, right? But but yeah. And luckily Oklahoma is not, well, this city, luckily is not like that here in this city. So, and then that brings me to my last and final thing is that, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm just kind of out here and there's these birds and there's some birds having sex here on the and you're just kind of watching that shit and there's birds chasing, it's just, if you're just bored and you go outside your balcony, I mean, if you're just into that kind of thing, if you're into nature or whatnot, I mean, it's just a beautiful morning and birds chirping and it's just like when you see on TV, people had a good time that night and then the next morning everything's just it can be so perfect. I know I'm going on the side, carrying on, whatever, but the fifth and final thing that the fifth and final thing that you could do if you're just kind of bored in the house, and that would be I don't forgot what the fifth thing you could do to get up. I guess, just call some people, call people that friends and family, I guess, and, maybe go over there and smoke with them, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, but the whole point of this video, I know I was kind of babbling on, and maybe I didn't really give a clear set of answers of what you could do. Maybe, maybe it was just I wasted your time watching, if you watch this video or whatever. But the whole point of what I'm trying to say is just get out, just get out, and experience the city, experience something new, get out and learn something, just a simple, just getting out and just enjoying, what your city has to offer, what the world has to offer, I done got high because I done kind of went blank. So with that being said, I'm just gonna get off this video, but I'm gonna end this. And so wherever you are wherever you are in the world or whatever, maybe I'm lucky enough to cross paths with you one day, maybe, and maybe we can smoke together. I would love to smoke with you or whatever, but wherever you are, if you're just kind of down and out, if you're just, sad, maybe you're lonely or whatever the case may be, smoke you a joint, smoke you a bowl, smoke you a blunt, all that'll go right out the window. Just get out and enjoy life, because, I know this sounds cliche that whatever situation you're going through, someone's going to be doing a lot worse than what you're going to be going through, and a lot of people wish that they were in your position, and I know maybe that just sounds like a bunch of shit, but, just get out there, and while you have your health, while you breathe and whatnot, just get out there and enjoy yourself, you know what I mean, and that's all it is, and again, today's a beautiful day, I'm gonna go smoke, and I don't know, I'm just talking because I might go smoke and sit on my couch and go to sleep, so. But yeah, I'm just gonna end it like that and enjoy your day. Have a beautiful day, smoke and get high and shit. Maybe we can talk about it. Like I said, if you ever in the Tulsa area, just stop through and I'd love to smoke with you, get high, we can talk about it. But until then, enjoy your day. I hope you have a